You're watching ABC 7 News at 5 on your side.
We told you yesterday about two men accused of luring a 14-year-old girl through social media so they could sexually assault her.
And one of those men is Orlando Roberts. He's a convicted sex offender who just got out of prison last year. Jennifer Donlin spoke exclusively to him, to his earlier victim, who says she had no idea he was out of prison.
Well, Maureen, in 2001, she was 13 years old when Orlando Roberts drove her to a parking lot at the Stadium Armory and raped her. He went to jail. Now, fast forward all of these years later. She's now 27 years old, and he's now out of jail and accused of doing it again. This time, a 14-year-old girl is the alleged victim. She says she had no idea he was out of prison and that someone should have told her. She watched on television yesterday and learned about the case, the current case against Orlando Roberts and a 19-year-old man. The two men are accused of posing as father and son and luring this 14-year-old Maryland girl over the internet, taking her to a home in Northwest, and both sexually assaulting her and raping her numerous times. Now, our victim from the first case we spoke with, she said that she was horrified when she heard about the details. We went digging into Orlando Roberts' past, did a search of records, and here's what we came up with. Now, in 2003, he was found guilty of first-degree child sex abuse. He was sentenced in June. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison, followed by 5 years supervised probation. He was released from prison just 10 years later, in July of 2013. He then was detained in Virginia because of a parole violation. He spent several months there, and then he was released on his own here in the city in October of last year. A couple months later, he registered as a sex offender on the sex offender registry. She says no one notified her.
Nobody contacted me, nobody told me anything. What's upset me the most is they shouldn't let a child molester out on the streets, period. I don't care how much time he served.
Now, we did speak late this afternoon after several phone calls and searching court records. We reached out to folks at the Federal Bureau of Prisons. We understand under a program there, they are to notify victims when an inmate in their case is released back into the public. They said because of privacy restrictions, they cannot tell us as to whether or not she was notified or not, whether or not there was an attempt. If information becomes available that they can share with us, they said that they would. In the meantime, police still concerned that there could be other victims out there. They want them to give you they want you to call them if you recognize Orlando Roberts at all. Reporting live from Northwest, I'm Jennifer Donlin, ABC 7 News.
Thanks, Jen.